U.S. Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh is facing the wrath of angry Americans after he had voted to gut reproductive rights. Following a story published by Politico detailing how the far-right justice was forced to flee a popular Washington, D.C. steakhouse after a group of protesters showed up, which was written, by the way, again, since it is Politico, that was written to elicit sympathy among readers. Social media, however, wasn't having any of it. Now, first, let me give you the details before I get into the response to it, because again, very important to have the details. On Wednesday night, D.C. protesters targeting the conservative Supreme Court justices who signed on to the Dobbs decision overturning the constitutional right to an abortion got a tip that Justice Brett Kavanaugh was dining at Morton's downtown D.C. location. Very, very fancy, apparently, D.C. steakhouse. Protesters soon showed up out front, called the manager to tell him to kick Kavanaugh out, and later tweeted that the justice was forced to exit through the rear of the restaurant. He had to go out the back door. Fun. So you can tell I don't really have a problem with this. Here's what, let's see. According to the article, while the court had no official comment on Kavanaugh's behalf, and a person familiar with the situation said that he did not hear or see the protesters and ate a full meal, but left before dessert. Morton's was outraged over the incident. Oh, yes. A representative for the chain steakhouse sent the reporter this statement. Honorable Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh and all of our other patrons at the restaurant were unduly harassed by unruly protesters while eating dinner at our Morton's restaurant. Politics, regardless of your side or views, should not trample the freedom at play of the right to congregate and eat dinner. There is a time and place for everything. Disturbing the dinner of all of our customers was an act of selfishness and void of decency. Oh, won't you think of the decency? How dare you? How dare you? Hey, you know what? Morton's Steakhouse, fuck you. Fuck off. Kiss my ass. You bunch of elite posers, assholes. Oh my God, I can't believe people would come and harass our fancy rich clientele. Don't you understand who we are? We're the elite. We're the elites. We're better than you. Don't you know that? We're better than you. How dare you dirty pores darken our doorstep with your demands for equal rights and bodily autonomy? No, you know what this is? This reeks of elitism. That's what it does. Okay? I don't feel bad at all. Oh, are you an elite that's sitting there trying to enjoy dinner? Don't care. Don't give a shit. I don't give one single fuck about you, rich people, eating at your stupid, fancy restaurant. Okay? You know what I care about? I care about members of the Supreme Court literally stripping the rights of millions of Americans, stripping that right of bodily autonomy away. But you're sitting here worried about decorum? Oh, you're not polite enough. Oh, how dare you be so rude? You know what's rude? Taking away rights. You know what's rude? Letting people die. Because that's what's happening. Poor people, historically, poor black women are affected by abortion, okay? Affected by the lack of access to safe abortions. Now, of course, it's not just black women that are affected. Now you have white women that are affected, okay? But everyone who has a uterus, trans men, intersex, non-binary, if you have a uterus, you're affected by this. And you happen to be unlucky enough to live in these states that have banned abortion and do not have the means to be able to afford to go to these blue states. Okay? But apparently the elites are much more concerned with Justice Kavanaugh. Oh, the Honorable Justice Kavanaugh. I haven't seen a goddamn thing about him that is honorable. All right? They're more concerned with him being able to eat his expensive steak which probably sucks, in peace. Now, I'm not at all interested in you. I'm not interested in your stupid restaurant. I'm not interested in your stupid decorum or your excuses. I'm not interested in this bullshit. What I'm interested in is human rights, people's rights. But you've shown, once again, that you don't care about the people. You don't care about average people who are affected by this. You know who's not affected by this? The wealthy. You know why? Wealthy people can go somewhere else. They can just fly to another state. You can fly to another country. Yeah, how many Republicans, how many wealthy Republican congressmen have flown their mistresses out and to get an abortion? Paid for them to get abortions. And you want to talk about decorum? Fuck off. Kiss my ass. I hope you choke on your steak. Am I clear enough? Am I clear enough? All right, so now, I love how, again, Politico clutching their pearls. All these establishment outlets. Oh, I can't believe that you would protest when somebody's eating their dinner. Oh, you protest in front of their house too? Oh my God. Shut up. Shut up. And give me a goddamn break. What is wrong with you people? You don't care at all about regular, average people that are being hurt by this. You don't care at all. At all. You know they closed down the area in front of the Supreme Court. They fenced it all off so that you can't go and protest there. Well, so if you can't protest there and you can't protest in front of their house, where are you supposed to protest? Oh, right. According to them, you're not. You're supposed to shut up and fucking take it when they screw you. That's what they want. They want you to shut up, sit your ass down, bend the knee, and take it while they fuck you out of your own rights. That's what they want. That's what they're... No, you know what? I would interrupt them in every single dinner. Do it peacefully, sure. Don't do violence. But you know what? Be annoying. Because there is no protest out there that isn't annoying. Because if it's not annoying, if it's not inconvenient, is it really a protest? Is it really going to get attention? They want to neuter your ability to protest, to make your voice heard. We are allowed by the Constitution to have a redress of our grievances by the government. That is our First Amendment rights. And we have a government that is stripping us of those rights. And they're stripping women and other people of these rights. It's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. All right, there's more. Twitter had some fun responses, okay? Let's lighten it up. We're going to start up with HuffPost editor Andy Campbell. Tweeted this. Politico clutching pearls today after a handful of unruly protesters targeted Brett Kavanaugh by standing outside during his steak dinner. Just an absolutely terrifying night for Kavanaugh, who did not hear or see the protesters and ate a full meal before he left before dessert. Oh, I'm sorry, but left before dessert. If only these protesters had the decency to allow Brett Kavanaugh the freedom to finish his lobster salad, which I'm sure he chased down with a beer. Nothing wrong with beer. I'm just saying, he likes beer. He likes beer. He drinks beer. Nothing wrong with that. There is something wrong with the alleged sexual assault, though, but we just forgot about that. Now, Campbell also adds, and this is a great point, we have so vilified regular old protesters in this country that our institutions will bend over backwards to defend fascist street gangs, true, as protected demonstrators, but fill their diapers as soon as a crusty white politician feels uncomfortable, or in this case, his communications person. True. Very true. All right, Midwest Mom tweets this. Thoughts and prayers about Brett Kavanaugh having to leave out the back door before dessert. Another person says, fuck around and find out. Sorry, dude. You want to ruin the lives of millions, expect people to tell you they hate it. True. Eerie Doctrine says, you don't get to say that there's no right to privacy and then complain about not getting privacy. And that's a really, really important part as well. Again, that's what the Supreme Court decision basically came down to. Since it's not in the Constitution explicitly a right to an abortion, well, then apparently it's not in there. Well, you know what? Guess what? Brett Kavanaugh, you don't have a right to eat dinner in peace. In fact, here's some more. Gary Legum says the justice was denied his right to order overpriced tiramisu, assuming he even wanted dessert. What horror. Southpaw says, I feel like I'm saying this 3 times a week at this point, but the Supreme Court has been very clear that Americans are not entitled to avoid passing through sidewalk protests on the way to or from exercising rights of their own. And finally, not finally, sorry, but here's a good one. This comes from Farron Cousins, friend of the show. He tweeted, as Congress did not explicitly say that SCOTUS justices have a right to eat in peace, Kavanaugh's complaint is overturned. Well done. Well done. And then finally, no, not finally, sorry. D. Smith says, my sympathy for the justices evaporated when I learned that SCOTUS approved picketing at the homes of medical personnel, providing women's health care and abortions. What's good for the goose? That is absolutely more frustrating. Oh, and yeah, you can go ahead and protest at the abortion providers' homes. And by the way, you know, if you want to picket outside of a clinic and yell at women, girls who go in to get not just abortions, but all reproductive care. You can yell at them, you can call them murderers, baby murderers, whores, sluts. You can say all these horrible things about women that are just going in for reproductive care, both women and girls, by the way, young girls who may be victims of rape or incest. They don't care. They can go and picket in front of those abortion clinics, Planned Parenthoods. They can do that all day long, But you want to protest in front of a Supreme Court justice's house? No, you can't. You're going to shut that down. You want to protest in front of the Supreme Court? We're going to shut that down. You want to protest in front of a restaurant where this guy's this asshole's trying to enjoy his overpriced steak? No, we're going to shut that down too. Well, then what's left? There's nothing left. Nothing left. No, fuck around and find out. Finally, Armin Devijan says, I was disturbed by this, but I spoke with several Republican elected officials who stated that if the protest is going to happen anyway, there's no reason for him not to finish his dinner. Their advice was to just sit back and enjoy it.